Hey guys, Ryan Steinelson here. And today we're going to go over what we usually go over, which is conversational AI agents and how you can leverage them to to make more money for your business, to take things off of your hand as a business owner that you either don't want to do or can't do, and in order to make your business more effective, more productive. And I just want to I'm going to show you guys here today. So we do have, I put in the description and the title, what we're going to be talking about primarily is, and for you guys that don't know me, by the way, my name is Ryan Steinelson. I'm the founder of DIYAI. What DIYAI is an AI agent, a conversational AI agent software that allows you to create a conversational AI agent for your business within minutes that can take intake calls, can handle any type of customer service calls. It is unique in that it actually allows you to build into your phone number that you actually purchase from us. It allows you, what our software does, it allows you to identify whether or not you want the AI to be answering the phone calls first, or if you want your humans to be answering the phone first. So we actually built our AI agent. We started about 2 years ago building this AI agent from the ground up to solve one problem. The single problem that we're trying to solve is business owners not being able to answer the phone and get to the phone calls that they're getting as business owners. And by doing that, what that does is it actually gives them more leads, and it allows them to convert more leads. I've been talking about this since the beginning of me going live on all the channels that I've set up out there, and using the StreamYard software that we're using in order to broadcast to now it's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, etc., to bring you guys way from the very beginning. Now there's the best information about conversational AI agents so that you can leverage them and create them quickly and easily. If you go to DIYAI.ai, which is on the screen there, you'll see that you can create an agent within minutes that will help you immensely. You can actually set up a free agent, and you can also go join our community if you want to have a communication after this event today, this workshop, which, by the way, it's designed to be a workshop where the best scenario is that we get somebody on the call so that we can actually workshop out, or like their specific scenario that they have for their business. And I can give you my insight from my digital marketing experience over the past 17 years and combine that with my understanding of conversational AI agents that we've built out for big and small companies alike over the past 2 years. And we've got hundreds of companies that we've worked with for AI, and thousands that we've worked with for digital marketing over the past 17 years. So you can also, if you want to continue the conversation, if you're watching this on the replay, you can comment any questions and I'll respond to them. You can also go to our school community at school.com/DIYAI, or you can text me directly at 561-861-3238, like you can see on the screen there, and I will respond to you pretty much immediately. And if you have any questions, please send those questions there. You can also ask any questions live. Like I said, on the call is the best. To ask any questions live while we're here, so you can actually ask your questions. I can give you feedback. We can go back and forth and really drill down on any issues that you're having in your business, whether that's with AI, or it could be anything digital marketing wise as well. So let me know what questions you have. I'll answer them. And if I don't have any questions, I'm gonna go right into. And by the way, I've been, so I'm the founder of Accelerate Marketing as well, which is a digital marketing agency that's been around for over 17 years. And with that agency, we help many businesses and have helped many businesses generate leads. But with DIY AI, what we do is we help businesses to set up conversational AI agents. So let me know what questions you have. I'll answer them. And what a conversational AI agent is, and I can call the agent or our demo agent to give you an example of it. But basically, it's a agent that can take inbound either text, chats, or voice inbound conversations, or it can respond to text, to chat, to voice, and to email, any way that a human can communicate. And the agent has complete context of all communication that it's had with the person in the past as well. So if it tells you whatever it tells you and it has a conversation and you call back again, it will have complete recollection of all past conversations. So you don't have to start over again. And also that information can be passed through to your CRM, just like you would have done with your human counterparts. So this is one of the big benefits of AI agents, is that they can do everything that a human can, and they're directly connected to your CRM. So all the tagging can be done, whether it's with, whether you've got Service Titan or you're using Go High Level, all the tagging that you would expect that a human agent does can be done with the AI without any mistakes. I mean, because the AI doesn't make mistakes like a human would. The other thing that the AI agent allows you to do is it allows you to stay open 24/7. So you're able to get more leads because you're able to be open 24/7. And also, I've said this many times before, is not only are you able to be open 24/7, but you're also able to convert more leads because you can answer and respond to all inbound inquiries within 30 seconds. And there's a lot of data out there that shows that if you respond to leads within 30 seconds, that you're going to have a much higher chance to convert those leads. So let me know what questions you have. Otherwise, I'm just going to go right into what I planned on talking about today. So there are a lot of small to medium-sized businesses using AI voice agents to answer outside business hours. So there's articles that show that voice bots for SMBs free up staff and reduce missed calls. So this is with Voice AI +1. I'm going to show you this. So there's actually an article about this, and I'm going to show you. So what it's saying here. This is from Voice AI. It uses an example of a pizza place that's packed, and if you run a small business, you can relate. I mean, you can't do everything. So there's an exhaustion that can happen, obviously, as a business owner trying to juggle too many tasks. And that doesn't have to be the case, though, because with an AI voice agent, the agent can take over answering the phone and take over repetitive tasks, and can even handle customer related aspects of your business. So what can happen is the AI can take the calls, and there's an example of this actually from Bland, who's one of our vendors that we use for voice, or we used to use for our voice agents. One of the first examples of them using, or one of their first large contracts was with Domino's Pizza, and Domino's went live on the Super Bowl, and they actually were using AI agents to take all of those inbound calls just to test the volume and the agent's ability to be able to take that volume of inbound leads, like, where somebody gets on and says, okay, is this for takeout or delivery? And so basically the voice agent was taking all of those calls. So this is this has been done already at scale with, large franchises. So the benefits of voice agents for your small business is cost efficiency. You don't have to employ human agents, around the clock for phone duty. It would cost an arm and a leg to do that. So voice agents, you can handle that. They can stay up 24/7. Operational efficiency. You don't have to train the agent over and over again. That's one of the things that I would look for, actually, if you're looking for an AI agent. And if you have any questions, by the way, just comment them below the video, wherever you're watching, and I'll respond to any questions that you have. I love getting questions. But what I would recommend is, if you're thinking about getting an AI agent, what I would recommend to do is get one that will allow you to build up the knowledge base for the agent in as many ways as you possibly can. One is through building a prompt, just like you would create a prompt for getting information from a large language model like Gemini or ChatGPT to help you with, anything from creating a recipe to writing a book to whatever. You use that same prompt philosophy, and that same prompt strategy is used to create AI voice agents. Instead of saying, will you help me, your role is a book writer. Well, the role of the AI, the voice agent would be, okay, you are a plumbing expert, and you are you're an intake expert, and you're going to be, your main role is going to be intake for John Smith Plumbing. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking inbound phone calls from people that are finding this John C. Plumbing on Google or wherever they find them. And your role is going to be to answer any questions and then find out if they're a good fit for John C. Plumbing. To find out if they're a good fit, these are the 5 questions that you want to ask. If you get 3 out of the 5 questions is a yes, they're qualified. If not, then they're unqualified. If they are qualified, then the next step that you're going to take is you're going to try to schedule an appointment with them. And then from there, you can even create an agent for dispatching, and you would tag that person based on the fact that they're qualified by answering 3 out of the 5 questions. So you would tag them in your CRM so that you know that that person is actually qualified. You can even, if somebody on the call, you could also say, you know what, if somebody is actually asking for a quote, or if they are frustrated with talking to an agent, then at that point, what I want you to do is I want you to transfer the call or do a warm transfer to a human. And so you can build that into the prompt. The next step, so that's the first level of training. If any good agent is going to have at least 3 levels of training. 1 is a prompt, the second is a knowledge base, and the third is going to be what's called reinforcement learning. So the knowledge base is where you just feed the agent, you have the agent ingest, like eat, as much data as you can give it. Now, in the beginning, we couldn't feed the agent much information. It couldn't in order to give it context, because as you know, and if you've used ChatGPT, you understand one of the most frustrating things about ChatGPT and Gemini or any of these agents, any of these LLMs or large language models, is if the agent or if the large language model does not have context of who you are, what you do, everything about you. In my opinion, an agent is only as effective as its knowledge it has about you and your specific desires, needs, wants, goals, habits, everything. And the only way to build an agent that has all of that built in is to give it complete awareness of who you are as a person. And in my opinion, the only way to do that, and this is what we built into our agent, is number 1 is a knowledge base where we can have the agent ingest as much information as we possibly can. We feed it information. We literally will download, for example, if we're trying to recreate an intake person that's really good from a company like this John Smith Plumbing that I was giving an example of, I would go to John Smith Plumbing's lead intake person. I would say, hey, do you have some examples or some recordings of people that actually are your best people on the phone? I really want some recordings of them so that I can create a TXT or a PDF file and then upload that or have the agent ingest it so that it can process that information and hear what it's like to be a great intake for John C. Smith Plumbing Company. That way it knows conversation, it understands what questions to ask if as a good intake person to get the best outcome, because you fed it that information. That's different than giving it a prompt or instructions and giving it a role, giving it examples of what kind of outputs you want, what kind of criteria you want it to base the person on whether or not they're qualified or not. That's different. That's a different level of training than the knowledge base. Another example of a knowledge base, and by the way, I consider, and this is, one of my colleagues, S, told me this, and I will always remember this. He's got many years of experience in AI, building primarily text agents for the past 10 years. The prompt is the top level of training of the agent. It's the debrief that the agent gets before it goes into a conversation. So basically what happens is the agent goes and references the prompt and the knowledge base and the reinforcement learning that you give it. And I'm going to give you an example of each, but it's really important that you understand that just like us as humans, we go to our computer, our brain, and we very quickly go through everything that we know or everything we've been trained on in order to have the conversation with that person. Every single time before it responds to an answer or gives an answer, it goes and looks at the prompt, it looks at that debrief, and then it looks at the knowledge base, which I consider the knowledge base, and this is another great analogy that S gave me. It's the second level of training, and it's the cliff notes that the agent will read before it goes into the conversation. So it's like the second level. The first level is that debrief. The second level is the cliff notes. The third level is what's called the reinforcement learning. And that's the fine tuning of the agent, where the agent has real live conversations. And through those conversations, you then get to go in and you can go literally sentence by sentence and correct the agent where it's making mistakes. So I would make sure that if you're getting an agent that you get an agent that is truly multimodal, meaning it can do text, email, voice, and chat, not just one of them. It can do all of them. I would make sure that it's got complete context or memory of all prior conversations that it's had with people. I would also make sure that it integrates with platforms like Google Local Service Ads if you're a small business, so that you can have it respond to message leads so that you can get more leads that way as well. I would also make sure that it has at least 3 levels of training, a prompt, a knowledge base, and that it also has reinforcement learning. Finally, if I was going to get an AI agent, I would make sure that at the end of your relationship with that company, that you can download all of the past conversations that people have had with it. If you cannot do that, I would run the other way, because those conversations are the value of the agent. It's what literally has trained the agent to become better and better over time. Because just like a Google Ads account that gets better over time and the values in the account itself, the same thing applies with a conversational AI agent. The agent is going to be trained and get better over time through the reinforcement learning, through the knowledge base, uploading of new knowledge through the knowledge base, and through the tweaking of the prompt. That is how an AI agent is made better and better and better over time. So if you're not doing those type of things over time, then you're not able to, and you're also not able to download all of those conversations so that you can take them with you and give them to another vendor, then I would consider that as a challenge that you might want to consider, using another vendor, because these are all really important things to consider when you're, and also, can it integrate with the system, the CRM that you're using? Can it tag the calls when certain criteria are met in your CRM so that other follow-up triggers can be enacted or engaged in order to do automations? These are all things that are really, really important. If you cannot have the agent integrate with your CRM, then it's going to be very challenging to continue to do the automations that you're already doing with your CRM. You want the agent to be able to do the same or trigger the same automations that your human counterparts are doing. And the only way to have that happen is through an API that would be accessible. And so you need to make sure that your agent system has an API that can connect to the CRM of your choice, or vice versa. It's very important that you're able to do that and connect the agent to the CRM. Usually it's through the API. As long as your CRM has an API, usually the agent can connect with it. But it really is important that before you get started whether or not the agent platform that you're working with can connect with that CRM. So definitely find that out ahead of time. The other thing is I would look for an agent, and then we're going to get on to the next topic here, but I would look for an agent that can send a follow-up text if certain criteria happen in the call. In other words, is it truly multimodal? Is the agent truly multimodal? Meaning that can it send a text while it's in a voice conversation with somebody? So that's another really big consideration. And then also, if you're working with an agency, conversational AI agency, it'd be good to know that if you want to go to the next level, in other words, we have a DIY platform, meaning you can do it yourself, okay? There's also a done with you strategy where we actually build out an agent for you, and what you can do, we can partner with you, and actually once we've developed it for you and we understand all of the workflow in your business, that agent, once it allows you to do everything that you do as a plumber, and all you're doing is just the service calls for plumbing, and everything else has been taken out in between, like the dispatching, the intake, the tagging of the calls, the invoicing, all of that other stuff is handled by the AI. Once we build that system then can be reproduced, and we can either go out there with you and sell that system to other plumbing businesses, HVAC companies, electricians, or we can actually help you deploy it on your own platform. If you've got your own people that can actually manage the system yourself. So let us know if how you want to work with us, or if you want to work with us that way. And you can go to, there's many ways to connect with us. But you can go to DIYAI.ai. You can also join our school community. Like I said, that's school.com/DIYAI. And we do have a white label partnership as well. So you can white label our platform and just make it like it's your own. I mean, just right out of the gate. If you want to do that, we charge you $1 per conversation, and you can resell the. Actually, we charge $1 per conversation. That's what we charge. And if you want to white label it, we can talk to you about white labeling the platform so that it's skinned, like it looks like it's your software, and then you can just resell it yourself as well. So that's definitely an opportunity if you'd like to do that. So let us know what questions you have. And again, you can text me at 561-861-3238. And let me just go to the notes here. And by the way, let me just show you what a conversational AI agent looks like. Here. So if I go to DIYAI, okay. So this is what a conversational AI looks like in chat form. Okay, so this is the chat on a website. You can also text this agent. You can text our agent at the same number that I put on the screen. So if you wanted to, you could actually text. Here, let me just go and text the agent. Hold on one second. Okay. So I'm just going to text the agent so you can see it. One second. Okay, so the number, 561. Oh, hold on. You guys aren't seeing it yet. 861-3238. 3238. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna, text it. Hello. Hold on. Share screen. Window, Chrome tab. Okay, so now you guys can see my phone screen. So, oh wait. So you can also, in addition to having the agent on your website, you can have the agent on, there we go. So you can see it's responding. How can I assist you today? So you can have the agent start a conversation through voice, and then once either certain criteria are met, or once the person, or you can even have the agent say, hey, can we take this conversation off the phone and go, or rather off voice and go into, can I text you later? Or can I text you that information? Can I text you the calendar link, which is one of the best ways to actually schedule a calendar appointment? And so here, yeah, I want to know more about conversational. Okay, so this would be the same thing if you're a plumber. So, if, I want you to see that these conversational agents can be, they are multimodal, meaning they're not just chat on your website. They're not just voice. They're text. They can respond to email. Okay, so here we go. So conversational AI agents are designed to automate and enhance the communication for business. They use natural language processing and machine learning to understand and respond to customer inquiries in real time. Here are some key features. All the things that I've just said: instant response, omni-channel support, personalization, scalability. They can handle multiple inquiries simultaneously. I didn't mention that. They learn from past interactions to provide personalized responses and improve customer engagement. I would agree with that. I would even say not just instant response, but like 30-second response or less, or you get your money back from us. That's the other thing that I would look for in a conversational AI agent. They can handle inquiries 24/7, and they can respond within 30 seconds, because that's what gets you more leads from Google local service ads. Their efficiency, their scalability, they can handle multiple inquiries simultaneously. Efficiency, and they also speak in over 50 languages, by the way. So if you do work in multiple languages, that's the other thing that that AI agents can do. So efficiency, by automating routine inquiries, they free up time for your team to focus on more complex tasks. Would you like to know how this could specifically? Yes, I would. Okay. And this same conversation, because it knows my phone number, it's going to understand if I come back later and I call it, it's going to understand what I said to it in the past, because I'd be calling from this same number that I'm texting it with. So if I call this same number, okay, it just expanded. So let me just call the same number. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'm going to go back. I'm just going to call it. So I can't use it when I'm phone mirroring. Okay. So let me stop phone mirroring and let me call it now. I wish I could. That would have been cool. All right. So I'm going to call that same number.
We are unable to take your call right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Oh, wait, what happened there? Oh, okay. No, there's something. Oh, okay. I know what happened. So we just changed it around, so I've got to have that fixed because the voice is not connected. I forgot that we switched the number. So anyway, so I wanted to show you how it would have context of our conversation. But let me go back here and let me go to stop sharing. I'm going to present my screen and show you the. Hold on. Let me show you the DIYAI. Hold on one second. Okay, so let me share this. So, okay, so again, here's the chat version on the website, which is different from the text that I just showed you, which is different from obviously calling it with voice. And we promise that all calls are answered within 30 seconds or it's free. And you can text the AI agent, like I just did. You can call the AI agent. It would just call it. Or somebody can just chat with it right here. And we even have it so that you can call the AI agent here within the website or like over the internet. And the agent's obviously available. This is called the floating widget. So it just floats with you, throughout the page. So I hope that makes sense. Like this is really, by having this agent here in the corner right here, like above the fold in the hero section, it's really going to help you convert more leads and schedule and book more appointments. 100%, because people like to engage with agents and get their answers immediately. So, okay, so let me go back. And again, let me know any questions you guys have. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. Okay, the next part of what I wanted to talk about is notes. Okay. Avoiding the pitfalls of AI outreach. So legal concerns around AI calls and bots, the TCPA risks. So Reuters did an article on this, and there's certain things that you must say and flows that you must follow and disclaimers that you should use when voice bots call or take calls. And basically when humans must take over in the process in order to avoid, legal situations. So there is an article that was written on July 15th of 2025. And this all goes back to the TCPA, or Telephone Consumer Protection Act, of 1991, which was designed to stop robocalls and fax spam. Remember when fax was a thing? So TCPA has now become an unexpected regulator of cutting-edge AI technologies and the source of an escalating wave of class action lawsuits. So the TCPA prohibits a range of conduct, including making calls or sending texts using an auto dialer or an artificial pre-recorded voice without the recipient's prior express written consent. This is one of the reasons why we always when we send out a text, we send out a text that says, do you give authorization for us to have this conversation? That's one of the things that you definitely would want to do. For AI-generated voice calls, companies leveraging synthetic speech to deliver personalized messages en masse. Its use is widespread, pervasive, and risky. So these are voice cloning for branding. I mean, there's all kinds of courts have entertained arguments that AI-generated or cloned voices can trigger TCPA liability no matter how natural they may sound. So there's auto dialer redefinitions that the U.S. Supreme Court is giving now, scoring a huge win for marketing companies everywhere. AI platforms that create automatic or predictive call patterns are different, irrespective of whether they they are disseminated by an auto dialer and thus fall under a greater scrutiny. Interesting. So there's just some complexities that you want to make sure that you're covering before you. If you're doing things like, if you don't have a relationship with the person that's calling, Now, if somebody's inbound calling your business, you don't have to get prior consent. They're calling your business, okay? I just want to be clear about that. That's for sure, okay? There's no problem with that. And that's primarily what we're talking about. So using it as an intake, using the AI as an intake for voice, for text, for chat, for any of those, email, you can do it. You don't have to get prior written consent at all. Multimodal agent, voice plus text plus chat, one lead funnel. So voice plus AI key trends for SMBs shows voice remains vital and multi-channel matters. This is really important. I agree. One of the points that they're trying to make is how do you build an agent that seamlessly handles chat, SMS, voice calls, so no leads fall through the cracks? Can tell you, I mean, how many times I talked to, intake specialist companies that just, they only specialize in voice, but they don't do chat. They don't do on the website. They don't do text. They don't do email, response. And I would also encourage you to build a AI agent that can communicate, that doesn't just, here, hold on. So I'm going to show, so there's and Rich has a article here. So I would encourage you to also have an agent that has the ability to be able to send the calls to humans first for the first 15 seconds and then go to the AI agent so that you can test out the humans first versus AI first, answering first, okay? A year's beginning as an, okay, so yeah, I can see this is, they're talking about how important it is to use the AI agents in every aspect of communication, text, voice, chat, etc. And I agree. So I don't want to go. Revive dead leads with conversational AI file. So this is great. Reddit threads that we've researched have found that people that have built voice agents that and we've done this. They've built a voice agent that calls leads within a minute of a website form fill or text them or both. That's a huge deal, okay? And we can do that, and you can do that as long as you've got what I talked about earlier, which is a agent that can send text messages along with doing voice, and that you can tag the lead in a certain way and trigger other events through the tagging process in your CRM. So it's got to be able to be integrated with your CRM, or you've got to be able to do that type of programming in the agent software itself, which ours can do. Setting up workflows to automatically follow up on leads that stalled, hash out, and then hash out flows for contact form submissions. So it's a voice call agent follow-up in 60 seconds, schedule, turn cold. Yeah. So basically, the voice agent will take over, and then it'll have a conversation, and it will call the person or text them immediately after they fill out that form on the website. So, okay, so I hope this was valuable. Let me know if you got any comments after the fact. Again, we've been doing this for years. We've helped hundreds of businesses set up AI agents that save them thousands of dollars and many hours of time, and helps business owners do what they like to do, which is plumbing or HVAC or whatever it is that you do. It allows you to get more leads, and we've got experience setting them up, and we deliver on an agent that does all the things that I told you to look out for. And we've done that. The reason why we're able to do that is because we've been building our agent for over 2 years, which is a long time in this space. So let us know if you have any questions. You can text me at 561-861-3238. You can join our school community. That's free. There's free training there. It's skool.com/DIYAI. Or you can go to our website and play with our agents there, DIYAI.ai. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.